Thanks.
So should President Obama take Congress's advice and put a hold on his coveted health care plan, avoiding that government shutdown threat? Here with a fair and balanced debate, our political panel today, Angela McGlowan, a Fox News political analyst, and David Mercer, Democratic strategist. And welcome to both of you.
Thank you, Jamie.
Great to have you on. Let me start with you, if I can, Angela, because I want to ask, the Republicans are still pushing for possible defunding, and if so, would a delay be enough to satisfy them on enough points to get it to proceed?
Well, now, Jamie, some Republicans are pushing for defunding, but you have other Republicans that are more moderate. They're saying, let's not do a government shutdown because in 2014, it will actually hurt us politically. What some Republicans want to do, Jamie, is go to the table and develop solutions or delay Obamacare. If you're going to delay the mandate for employers, why not delay the mandate for individuals to work a deal out? But I think, Jamie, if we utilize Obamacare to close down the government, it's going to backfire on Republicans.
No, it's so complicated still. And from the Democratic point of view, I'm curious, do you have an alternative that might be able to get bipartisan support and get this thing on the road? Or if not, I never present an issue without bringing solutions to the table. What do Democrats think should be done at this point, rather than just standing firm on something that's stalling what President Obama wants?
Well, that's the Republicans stalling, and they're going after another way by shutting down the government after 40 votes to repeal Obamacare, despite passing the House and the Senate and signed by the president and with the imprimatur of the Supreme Court. So this is just another effort by them to...
But David, maybe not. Maybe if there were a different approach or the president presented initiatives that are other than what Republicans are having issues with, and Americans are too, the favorability rating of Obamacare. In Fox News poll, it was called overwhelmingly a joke.
And if I may interject, David, listen.
If the question was to me,
okay, go ahead.
If I might finish,
Go ahead.
it may be a joke to some commentary, but it's not a joke to the young adults that can still stay on their parents' health care plan rather than not being able to afford it.
I think everyone is for that, though, David, the 27-year-old. That's one of the positive things, I think. But this is not Republicans. This is voters. So please respond to the poll.
Okay, and with regard to voters, you'll find those voters who had pre-existing conditions who couldn't get health care can now get health care. So there is a lot that is to be enacted that has also already taken place. And with 2014 coming around, with the exchanges coming up and the individual mandate, you'll see more and more people being provided health care. 30 million people is the target. And why should we get in the way of that by shutting down our government? And doing so when the Republicans have no alternative. Republicans have no alternative.
Hang on 1 second.
Let's not give a monologue. Yes, ma'am.
David brought up the point of the exchanges. As I've delved into this and studied just this week alone on the exchanges, it's very controversial the way it's all being funded. Some of it's going to Planned Parenthood, which the president repeatedly said would not happen, no funding of abortions.
Yes.
Who's oversighting this? Because the Oversight Committee has asked for documents that they say they never got. And is that of a concern to you?
That is of a concern to me, but also, Jamie, with this health care plan, you've had religious organizations that are suing the administration, but then you've had unions that have asked for waivers not to implement it. Now unions are coming out against the president. David, it's not the fact that Republicans don't want people to have health care. We do need health care reform.
Angela, you can't name an alternative on health care from the Republicans.
I'm about to, if you would give me an opportunity.
Quickly, because I want to get David to respond.
John McCain had a plan where you would get tax refunds, tax credits for employers who gave their own plan to employees, where the American people had.
And that exists with Obamacare.
Okay.
David, two quick questions for David.
I'm about to finish answering who had plans and who has solutions. But David, go right ahead since you want this to be your segment.
David, congressional members wanted. Hold on. Congressional members wanted to opt out. They're going to get their waiver. And the second thing is transparency, transparency, transparency. If these documents by the Oversight Committee are not turned over, is there something that Democrats don't want the American people to know?
not to my knowledge. And I think Obamacare, if you go up on the website and other sources, provide ample information. And we're going to see more of that as we go into October in the rollout for the individual mandate and getting people into health care insurance. But I might point to make a point with regard to what Angela said. Up here in
You let me
Boston,
finish,
where the
but go right
RGA,
ahead.
where the
Coming back to you, Angela.
Republican National Committee was meeting, and you had Newt Gingrich stand up before 200
Yes, he
state
did.
party chairs and
Yes, he
others,
did.
and he said, you know, if you go home today and ask your member, especially the GOP member, what's your positive replacement for Obamacare? The answer will be none. That's what
Now,
Newt Gingrich said of his own
respect Newt
party.
Gingrich,
So let's
but
just
Newt
stay what
Gingrich-
we. Let's
Newt
stay with what we
Gingrich-
have.
Thank you.
I respect Newt Gingrich, but Newt Gingrich is no longer Speaker of the House. So you have Paul Ryan, who's put forth a plan. You have Senator Tom Coburn, who's put forth a plan. You have a Republican from Georgia, Tom Price, who's put forth a plan.
And none of them have
bottom line is
passed the
this.
Senate or the House.
The
Well, we
bottom
have
line
what
is
we
this:
have.
because you have a Democratic Senate and a Republican House, they cannot come together. So what I call for is
We
all
did on
parties
Obamacare.
to come together. It was forced through dealing with Nancy Pelosi being Speaker, who's no longer Speaker.
Got to leave it there. But, you know, what passed is being picked over and looked at and examined. And, you know, the folks who were polled are concerned. And you do point out, David, some good points about some of the things it will provide. But we got to get it organized and bipartisan, hopefully.
And pay for
Thanks.
it.
And we have to
And
get
pay
it
for
out
it.
there for people to know. Yep.
Thank you both for being here and getting the word out.
Pleasure.
Have a great day. Kelly.
Temperature's kind of rising down there in Washington.